Hello and welcome to Iconic Production. I am JM, your GM, and with me tonight is a brand new group of adventurers for our Savage Rifts one shot. If you don't know what Savage Rifts is, as I make some final adjustments to the screen, there we go. Savage Rifts is a game set in the future where there was an apocalypse, as every good Rifts fans knows, a limited nuclear exchange between two countries in South America set off a thanks for following, Chris, set off a chain reaction that plunged the world into chaos because as people died, their spiritual energy, their potential psionic energy was released into the world. The more people died, the more energy was released, the more the ley lines flared to life until rifts started opening. Terrors in reality that took us between one reality and another. Eventually, enough people died in this kind of global cascade of death that Atlantis returned from a dimensional abeyance where it had been banished, flooding all of the coasts, causing magic to rise even further. And now we're about 150 years after that apocalypse. Humanity has kind of pulled itself up by the bootstraps. There are several places and refuges throughout the world where the golden age of technology that existed before the apocalypse still survives. But in the United States, in America, where our campaign takes place, the most stable places are actually ruled by the despotic and fanatical coalition states who follow after Emperor Prosek and his son. They are, well, their armor their army's armor gives them the nickname Dead Boys. They are fans of skeletal motifs because they have this almost xenophobic commitment to humanity. As the rifts opened up, different alien species, different DBs, dimensional beings came into our world. They brought magic with them. They brought psionics with them. And the coalition states thinks all of that Earth for Earthers, if you will, and so the group is playing as the Tomorrow Legion, a group of stalwart heroes brought together out of Castle Refuge, where they go out and they try to save those that can be saved, fight off the coalition where they can, fight. And not all magic users and scions are good. The Federation of Magic practices necromancy, human sacrifice, diabolism, summoning demons and devils from across planes to do their bidding. So in all of this chaos and madness, our group is struggling to make a difference. And so, without further ado, let me introduce our group. We're going to start in the far right corner of your screen. JD, who played the wonderful Sister May in our Deadlands game. JD, introduce yourself. Tell us a little about yourself. Who are you playing tonight, and what should your fellows of the Tomorrow Legion know about it?
Hi, I'm your friendly neighborhood JD, and Rifts was the second system I ever played as an RPG, and so I am also super excited to come back to Rifts and see how things go. I've lost a lot, I remember from back then, but tonight I will be playing Duke Fitzkillian, and super excited because who doesn't want to be a good boy?
So who is Duke Fitzkillian? Why are you dressed up with a dog nose and what I assume are ears?
They are ears. Because Duke is a dog boy, and also a skilled thing. What is he? Wilderness Scout. Sorry.
Yes. So the coalition states has used genetic manipulation that they discovered pre-Earth technology or pre-apocalypse technology. They discovered in the Lone Star state, or what was the Lone Star state, and is now the coalition state, Lone Star, and used it to create dog boys. But to quote possibly the greatest scientist of our time, life finds a way. And the dog boys escaped into the wild, and that is where Duke comes to us from. John Doom, the ever-present member of our chat as soon as we started running Deadlands, and an agent of chaos. Welcome. Tell us a little about yourself and tell us who you will be playing tonight.
My name is John Doom. As you said, I'm an agent of chaos for watching Iconic Productions. I'll give bennies wherever they belong.
That's right. And who are you playing tonight?
Tonight I'm playing Lord Benjamin Aldebrandt, a cyber knight who is, I guess, colloquially known as Benjamin the Unwavering, having helped out during the Siege of Tolkien. And after the war, I aided the Cyber Knight founder in bringing survivors to Castle Refuge. And of course, they film me playing some rock music with what I can only describe as my, Cyber Knight axe.
That's right. So
singing songs of hope and comfort, that's how you guys know me.
That's right. So for those of you who are new to Riffs, a Cyber Knight, at some point during the Dark Ages, this time between the apocalypse and where we're at now, a group of adventurers, multi-dimensional adventurers known as the Defilers, arrived, and one of them, after they kind of helped humanity, one of them stayed behind, Lord Coke, and Lord Coke taught the ways of the Cyber Knights to many people in North America. They taught them how to focus their mental energy to produce a psi sword, gave them cybernetic armor that implanted under their skin and grows there. And that is who our Cyber Knight is. Mel, thank you for the subscription. Good to have you here. You know him, you love him. Chris from Peg, he did all of our pre-shows. It was wonderful to just hang out with him and chat about things. Chris, who are you playing tonight, and what do you want us to know about them?
Oh, this is not a stretch for me. My character is impulsive, delusional. Like the only thing that really doesn't match is uncanny reflexes. But I'm going to be playing the crazy. Oh, big mouth and clueless too, right? So like all of the above. I'm playing a crazy. Crazies are awesome. So kind of like they're like ninjas, but instead of trading, it's like they have mental augments in their brain. But instead of trading away their life like juicers, they trade away their sanity. So they go a little crazy. And for the shtick tonight, I was on the Banff podcast a week ago, and they had a great idea, so we're just going to steal it, is that to represent the crazy, the voices in my head are stream chat. So my character is tuned into stream chat, and your chat will guide my voices in my head. So
excellent.
Feel free, chat. Feel free.
Chat, if this is your first time here on Iconic Production, when we run Savage Worlds, when we run Torg, we do something that I think is pretty unique. Mel for the subscription, and Ventus for your first time posting in chat. You each have a Benny. You may...
Who's a good dog? Who's a good dog?
You may hand out bennies either to me to torment our heroes, or you can give them to the heroes in an attempt to have our wild cards survive this evening. So you each have one Benny. And then another new face to the Iconic Production stream who has been invaluable in the Horror at Headstone Hill campaign that we did. Tank the Frank. Tank, tell us who you're playing. Tell us what's going on.
Greetings, my friends. I, Tank the Frank, am about to have my first ever, this is the first time I'm ever playing at a tabletop game, be it Savage Worlds or any other system, and I'm super excited. You may know me as Ulysses Chance, the great and powerful techno wizard. I am an enemy of the black market, heroic with a quirk for talking to machines. You hear that? I'm talking to you, mouse.
So for those of you who don't know, a techno wizard, as I said, magic came back. And here's the thing about Riffs. It's one of those settings where if you like peanut butter and jelly, but like put in a blender with pretzels and chocolate, that is the setting. So there's high technology, there's high magic, and techno wizards are those guys who are like, I could make a gun, but it could fire fireballs instead of bullets. And that's how a techno wizard works. So, Todd, glad to have you here. Have a Benny for being in the chat tonight. You can spend them on whoever you like. You can spend them on John. You can spend them on the guy shooting at John. it's entirely up to you. So before stream, I handed out some cards. And so the wind whips at your face as the side of the train that you blew up not 30 seconds ago is pulling papers, documents, and not a few coalition scientists out into the New West countryside. As the train that is running from Kingsdale to Lone Star, you are on it. And as you are hunkered down behind the train chairs that you have put up as cover, you can see the squad of 4 coalition dead boys and the military specialists leading them, who are all taking fire at you. And so we will begin with John. You drew the King of Spades. Woohoo!
Do you
I
think
get a
maybe
Benny.
they just? Do you think maybe they just let us go if we said who we are? I mean, they should know me. I'm a rock star.
I highly doubt that. But we can do what we can do, and that is all we can do. And what we should do is blow them up.
A point taken. Let's do that.
All right, John, what do you want to do?
Let's get in. Let's mix it up. Let's get in with them.
All right, are you going to
Let's,
charge the grunts, or are you going to charge the military specialist, the guy in charge?
Let's get the grunts out of the way. I mean, if they're looking like they're trying to fight us, I have a code of honor. Everyone gets to get the Cyberknight sword equally, so we'll do that.
All right. So you go running across the train car. Again, it's about 40 feet long. It was this immaculate, sleek silver car that they had pulled out of mothballs in the complex beneath Lone Star. And as you guys made your entrance, the side of it is now blown off. You definitely see a cactus, and it's looking right at you, Valco, as it goes whizzing by. The grunts have C-12 heavy laser rifles, and they've got them trained on you. But you can definitely cross the distance and engage them. What would you like to do?
Let's frenzy at them. I mean, like, just go nuts with some fighting dives using the psi sword.
Let's do it. I will let you know their parry is 5.
All right, let's see if we can do this then. My fighting is a D8, so we'll roll that.
And don't forget your wild card die.
All right, hold on. An 8 is blowing up for a 10 total
Nice.
on that first attack, and a frenzy lets me do a second one, but I guess let's roll some damage for that first one too, right?
Yeah. A D8 plus 2D6 mega damage with 8 AP.
Wow. All right. All right, that's 11 plus 4, 15.
15.
Plus 8? Yeah, that's, you said, so a D8, 2D6.
1D6, 2D8.
Oh, backwards then. Hold on. Okay, that takes down the number a little bit to 11.
All right, what does your psi sword look like as you come running up? Like when you summon it, it's this blade of mental energy. What does it look like for you?
I'm trying not to get a cease and desist from Disney here, so
It looks like redacted.
right. It's got, kind of a along the and then makes a nice noise. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Well, you could always make it a little more interesting, like a laser chainsaw.
That's right. That is true. You can make it look as detailed or not. All right, so you bring this in. Now it has AP of 8. So here's the way this works. If you are familiar with rifts, there are 2 types of damage. Structural damage and mega damage. And really,
damage.
if you're playing regular rifts, no one wants to play an SDC creature because even 1 MD just blows you up. Savage rifts makes it a little more survivable, as they are MD is just the term for heavy weapons. So if you know how that works, so they have a toughness of 15, John. However, your AP of 7 or of 8, maximum of 7, there drops them down to a. I know how to math. An 8. So 8 to 11, they're shaken. So you kind of knock this guy back. You cut a blazing cut across his dead boy armor that kind of peels back from the edge of your blade. Do you want to hit him again? I lost your audio, John.
I muted myself
Okay.
to keep the background noise.
I appreciate it.
So, let's see. Parry of 5, you said? So a 7 would beat that.
It would beat that, yeah.
Let's do the damage roll then. 2d8 and a d6 comes out to be, all right, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more damage.
10 more damage is enough to do the wound. How does it look like when you take out the first of these grunts?
A big black slash comes across the front of his armor, knocking him back and, unfortunately, for some reason, killing him instantly. Wait, no, just wait. Yes.
All right. Then, Valco, it is your turn.
Well, Valco is impulsive, so I don't think playing with the mooks is important. I think going after the head idiot in charge is where Valco is going to go. So, how far away are we? Are we talking run action?
You're talking run action, yeah.
So Valco's a little derpy and he's got a sword in one hand and a vibro sword in one hand and a pistol in the other. And so yeah, let's see if we can get there. I got a 4 on my run die. So how close is that?
That gets you into melee combat. I can
that's
only assume
fantastic.
you're like leaping on the tops of the train chairs as you come running across.
Like Chariots of Fire plays.
Yes, at least for you. You're wondering why he's running in slow motion, but it's all in his head.
Right? And the let's see. So I have to call on chat to give me what I'm going to do. So I've got a gun nut +2 to shooting and damage with pistols against adjacent foes. So I guess I'm going against their parry, which is really fun with shooting. But I'm going to say, as mostly forever gun mage, I have to show you the love.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot. So let's try this.
All right. Parry is 6.
Ooh, let's see. Acrobat, agility, fighting, split, combat, spirit, athletics. Don't tell me I don't have a shooting skill.
You better have a shooting skill.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Those are my advances. I'm looking at the wrong spot. I was like, I need a shooting
I'm
skill.
like, you got a
There we
D10
go.
in shooting, sir.
Oh, there we go. Yes. Okay, so D10 +2 and the wild die. Let's see what we get here. That's a 9. Yes, so 11.
11, you hit with a raise.
Oh, that's dangerous. So this is 3d6 plus 46 plus 3. So whew. Let's see what we do. 4, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. 12 points of damage plus 3.
12 points of damage.
Not as much as it could be. Those are kind of low numbers, but
All right. You definitely shake him as he goes stumbling back. The Wilkes laser pistol just fires off. Now, I need to ask you a very important question. This is Riff's canon. I'm not making this up. All laser weapons make no sound unless you have specifically installed a sound for it to play when you pull the trigger.
oh, pew,
assume-
pew, 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 pew. Oh, cool. Totally.
All right. You see the military specialist kind of stumble back, spikes on his helmet, letting you know he means business. Tank the Frank, Ulysses, you are up. You see Valco is just running forward, firing this laser pistol into the chest of the specialist, pushing him back against the door leading to the next car, which you can see is reinforced, and there's a heavy security pad on. The 3 other grunts, they're looking, and one of them's like, "You just killed, what was his name?" And they bring up Eddie. And so they're focused on Sir Benjamin. Duke hasn't done anything yet. What are you going to do? Sorry, Duke, didn't mean to.
Me? Ooh.
Yes.
Well, originally when I thought you said that they were in like a car jumping in, I guess I misunderstood.
You were the guys who
Originally,
breached the
I was
guard.
going to use my power burst, but I don't think that seems like a smart idea.
Probably
since
not great with your allies in the burst
Exactly.
radius.
Fortunately, I have other tricks up my sleeve. Now, I have two options here. My first option is that I could use armor, in
Yeah.
which I would give everyone extra armor. And the other option, which I'm going to go for instead, is speed.
All right, what does speed do?
Well, if we look at the official Deadland, the official Savage Worlds book, sorry,
No
it's
worries.
a little scrambled. If we look in the power section right here,
We did not pay for this product promotion.
But you're not we're
I'm not paid for it, but I like it anyway, and highly recommend that you buy this product.
all right.
Now, let's
So
see
you
here.
will double their
Sloth
basic
slash
movement.
Speed, instant. Sloth lessons. Okay, speed with success with speed doubles the target's movement, basic pace, and running. With a raise, the character also ignores -2 running penalties. And not only can I add additional recipients for 1 extra power point each, but I can also add quickness +2. The character's total multi-action penalty each turn is reduced by 2.
Nice.
So not only do you not take -2 penalties for running, although that might be a little too expensive. Yeah, I'll give everyone. Actually, when I think about it, it might be smarter just to do armor.
Okay.
Let's see here. Do techno wizards their power is weird science, but according to this, I have techno wizardry of D10.
That's the one
So I
you're
guess
gonna
I roll
use.
a D10, right?
Yep. A E10, and always include your wild card die.
Will do. As soon as I figure out which one is my 10. Sorry, I haven't used dice in a while.
No worries.
Actually, ever. This is my first time ever playing.
No, don't. Hey,
Let's see here.
It's
hey,
the pointiest one. The
enjoy
one that
it,
hurts
man.
the
We're
most.
here. We're here to have fun.
Okay, so I got a 2 and I got a 1.
Oh no!
I think I might need to use the first Benny of the
use
round.
a Benny.
Fair enough. Okay, here we go. Can I use a second Benny? Because I got a 2 and a 3.
You can burn bennies.
This is the third time. It can't possibly fail.
The
I need
gamer's
to stop
fallacy.
jinxing things because I got a 2 and a 5.
Nice.
So that's a success.
All right, so the 5 goes off. How many people were you casting armor on, and who are your targets?
Yeah, I was casting armor on everyone.
Okay.
On 4 people on me and my 3 friends, not the grunts.
Right.
So according to armor,
everybody gets +2 armor. Now, here's the real quick question for you, Tank. You have to use a trapping, and your trapping has to be technological in some way. So what device have you cobbled together to make this armor spell
what
go up?
device I've cobbled together? Well, I call it the Armomatic Coca Maker. I have strapped electric wires and new age science to 2 pairs of coconuts. And when I do this,
it goes off.
Suddenly, vibrations tend to have somehow manifested from these coconuts, and from it, I coconut John Doom's character. I coconut JD's character. I coconut the crazy guy who stopped me from using burst. And John, if you were playing alongside us, I'd give you coconuts as well.
By the way, welcome to Makat. I'm gonna butcher this. Makat Chaka. Have a Benny for joining first time in the chat. You get to spend it on whoever you want, myself, any of the players. So guys, this armor comes across you.
Maka chaka.
Oh, there we go. This is why I employ Chris. It's why we're gonna make money as the idea guys in the role-playing industry, Chris. It's gonna happen someday.
It's a job. Someone's got to have that job.
That's right. And not a second too soon, Ulysses, as 2 of the grunts fire their laser rifles at Sir Benjamin, and the last one fires it at you. So they all hit without raises. So let's start with this. What's your toughness right now, Sir Benjamin?
I think it's like 600, but let me just double check.
I am so
Plus
glad we're
2.
playing Rifts tonight. I'm just gonna be honest.
15 with 6 armor.
With the +2?
17 then.
Yeah.
17.
6 armor plus 2 armor, yeah.
17. All right. So the first one, your cyber armor just takes it. No damage. The second one, it hits you. And it hits you hard enough that you take a wound. Would you like to soak that?
Yes, I will attempt to soak that.
Awesome. Evening, Civil Savage. Welcome.
Let's see what the vigor roll is. D6 and a wild die.
Mm-hmm.
What up, Ronnie? Up, the 6 is exploding, which is more than enough anyway, but 11 overall.
You shrug it off. Tank the Frank, what is Ulysses' toughness +2 from the armor spell?
Let's see here. Toughness on a base is a 9 with a +2. It's an 11.
All right, an 11. 8. You are shaken, sir.
Oh, that's not so bad. I'll be fine.
As the blast hits you and you kind of reel back a little bit.
Oh!
More cacti pass outside. Somewhere people are born.
Cactus, my cactus.
Somewhere people die. And now it's Duke's turn. Duke, what do you want to do?
Why are we here?
We'll
Be
get
a
to that
good
in
boy.
scene 2.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
I mean, because to be honest, there's a nice breeze going
There-
past the opening.
There is, but here's the
and,
thing. You do hate Coalition Dead Boys. They've imprisoned a lot of your family.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm just having such a good day, breeze, and then I think I'm going to go at him with my vibro short sword, and I'm going to try and attack 2.
Oh, nice. All right. So you're going after the grunts. You go rushing in, make your 2 fighting rolls. And because oh no, we didn't do speed. Aha. Make your 2 fighting rolls, JD.
Ooh. 14.
All right, that's your first one. Your second
14
one?
minus 2 because
Yep.
of the multi-action.
So 12.
Right. And then I got a 6, so a 4 for the second one.
All right, so the first one hits with a raise, and the second one just hits. So you will get, you're going to roll your strength die plus a d8 with your vibro short sword.
Do they explode?
They do explode. And don't forget, you get an extra d6 on this first attack.
Oh,
The only dice that don't explode are the running dice. Because that'd be ridiculous.
22.
All right, so Duke, what does it look like when you disembowel this first guy? Do you disembowel him? Do you take his head?
Well, I mean, I usually go for the neck and throat.
Okay.
Instincts
That's
and
right.
just joy. There's just joy and entrails and tongue and like splatter. Oh, splatter! This is
There's
so
just
pretty.
a spray of blood. Some of it hits the wall, and the rest of it splatters out in the countryside. Alarms start blaring. Duke, give me the damage roll again without the extra d6.
15.
All right. So 15 is more than 4 up. So on the backswing, you see the one guy brings his gun around to try and get you, and both of his hands and his neck in just one upward arc. There is now only one grunt and one military specialist, and it is now the military specialist's turn, but he's got crazy all up in here. So he doesn't even have time to look at anything else.
Best day ever.
He kind of takes the front of his gun, pushes it against you, Valco, kind of stepping back, and you see the telltale 3 targeting lasers of a assault rifle, a C-14. They call it the fire breather from how much laser it just peppers the area with, and he is coming after you. So let's see here. Oh, he's got a better shooting die than I thought. Said everyone who enjoys being on this side of the screen. So he hit without a raise. What is your toughness?
Who's getting hit?
You are, Chris. Valco.
Oh, damn it. No. With the
Oh.
+2, sadly, it's 16.
All right. All right. I'm at 12, and I got 1 explodey die.
That was me playing my Clueless.
15. So what was? All right, so you were at. We said you were at. All right. So you are shaken as well, sir. All right. New cards all around. We're going to start with Tank the Frank up in the corner. Ace of Spades. Chris.
The ace of spades.
That's
the ace of spades.
Chris, you got a 3 of hearts. Sir Benjamin's going on the King of Diamonds. Duke is going on the Ace of Diamonds. The one lonely grunt left is going on the 8 of Clubs. And our military specialist has a chance to survive the crazy because he's going on the 8 of Hearts. So, first thing, Tank the Frank, you are shaken.
Oh my, I'm shaken.
So you need to give me a spirit test.
Cup. I think I have to soak.
You have to give me a
I have to
spirit
do a
test.
toughness roll to unsoak, right?
It is a spirit test to get out of shaken.
Spirit. Let me check that quick. Ooh, I got a spirit of D6, and I just need a standard success, right? Or is it a -2?
It's just a standard one.
Okay. I got a standard success.
All right, then you get to take your action as normal. Chris, I hope you're looking at the chat because they're talking to you. The hands on the floor.
Yeah, the
All
hands
right.
just cut off.
Ulysses, what are you doing for your turn?
I think it is time to use one of my special abilities.
Nice.
There is this special ability I have called Arcane Mechanist. Create any device from the following list as an action up to 5 times a session. Do I need to roll for that, or?
It would. Yeah, it's basically you are. It's a little bit like dealing with the devil, in the fact that you can 5 times a session come up with cast a spell, make a device that you did not have actually prepared as part of your. So what are you cobbling together and using?
What'd you say?
What are you cobbling together? What spell are you using?
There's a special spell I've been wanting to use. Now, the Techno Wizard can't summon an ally, but what he can use is telekinesis.
Nice.
It's telekinesis, Kyle.
You can have a Benny there, Valco.
Who doesn't love South Park?
All right, what are you going to use telekinesis for?
Oh, I want to pick the big guy up, the guy in charge,
The military
the one that
specialist?
peppered my crazy friend,
Yep.
and I want to throw him out the window.
All right, give me Give me your spellcasting roll as you or your techno wizardry roll as you start to pull devices out of pouches, off your armor, and couple them together to make.
Let's see here. Can I do it? Can I make a telekinetic helmet?
It's
Let's
defenestration
see here.
time.
I've got a 1 and I've got a 9.
All right, a 9. So it is opposed. So you have a telekinetic helmet, which has a strength die of a D10. Unwilling opponents resist the caster's arcane skill, or in this case, your roll, with an opposed spirit test when they are targeted, and at the start of every turn. All right, so your telekinesis goes off. You have a telekinetic helmet. Do you want to give me that opposed roll as you try to lift him up and cast him out? It's sort of
Okay,
like
that's a D10, right?
An exorcism, right? Like you're trying to cast him out of the train.
I'm
No?
trying to lift him up and
Okay,
throw him
it
out.
was good.
So...
Yeah, cast him out.
I got what you did there. Fair enough.
All right, so
Let's
I make
see
a
here.
spirit
It's
test.
just a D10, right? No wild die?
No, you get a wild die on everything you roll.
All right. That's another 9 and another 1.
All right, you try to get him, and he rolled a 14 on his spirit test. So you see, Valko, you see him cut. Now you've got the device, like it lasts for 5 rounds. So you see him try to lift up his. You can see like through the ruby lenses of his helmet, his eyes go wide. That's how close you are, Valko. And he kind of shakes it off and hits the ground.
Wait, I just noticed something. It says it has a strength of D10 or D12 with a raise. I got a 9, so shouldn't it be a D12?
Oh yes, go ahead. Roll the D12 instead of the D10.
All right, let's see here. That's an 8. Didn't do much better.
Okay. It now is the Duke. It is your turn. Like there's I can only imagine there's electricity coming off of Ulysses's helmet, like striking things. Light bulbs are bursting. Other things are floating around him. Duke, what are you doing?
I am going to attempt to take out the other 2 multi-attack, please.
Okay. Duke and Sir Benjamin. I feel like there's a bond here.
I want to shake him like he's a chew toy. Okay, so the first one, I just succeeded.
All right. Just succeed is still a succeed.
And the second one, I'm going to spend a Benny to reroll. Can I do that?
You can do that.
Okay. Oh, that is much better. They both exploded. Hold on. So 15 on the second one.
All right, so that one will hit with a raise. So JD, go ahead and give me the basic damage on the first guy, the last grunt first.
8.
8 will shake the grunt.
And then 18 on the second guy.
18 on the second guy. So what's it look like when you just murder the guy standing in front of the crazy?
I take him out by the throat and then chomp onto his shoulder. Just shake him real good. Make sure he's down. Make sure he's down.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Duke, you get a Benny for that one. Sir Benjamin, there is one left.
I suppose you don't want to surrender now, do you? It would be a good time.
He kind of just sets his gun down and puts both of his hands up.
A clever man, clever man. Come with me, we'll buy you a drink. We'll figure this out.
Welcome to Razor. Have a Benny. You're welcome to the chat. You get a Benny. You can spend it on anyone you like at any point, including the good forces of the coalition states. So we'll pause right here as you guys look at this door, this strange contraption. Everything fades to black, and we see 24 hours ago, 4 members of the Tomorrow Legion arrive in Kingsdale, a town in coalition state Missouri, sent here by the Tomorrow Legion for one express purpose. It has come to the Legion's attention that someone in CS Lone Star has been expanding their genetic experiments. They are trying, you know that they have created the Dog Boys. You know that they have civilized, is what they call it, but subjugated tribes of Psy Stalkers. And the rumor is they've got search and capture teams out to the east of here in the Federation of Magic trying to capture larger things. Rumor came through that they maybe captured a being of incredible power. And no one knows what the coalition states actually wants to do with capturing magical creatures. So you were sent into Kingsdale to find where they're shipping them to, how they're doing it, and if you can, free the creature. Whatever it may be, this dimensional being, nobody's really sure. All of the information is very sketchy. So as you roll into Kingstown, or Kingsdale, you can hear an old piano plunking out the notes of that old song that's been handed down generation to generation. And as you approach the bar, the Glitter Boys boomstick, you can hear the whole patrons start singing, na 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 na, hey Jude. So you're in Kingsdale. You have to find this. Now, Savage Worlds, I know Chris says he's not paying for plugs, but one of my favorite things about Savage Worlds is the fact that you have this networking skill, this networking ability. You can go about it pleasant. You can go about it, I really hope the mic picked that one up. You can go about it not so pleasant. So, what would you do in this town going about trying to find out information about this smuggling operation? Who would like to go first?
May I?
Go for it, Tank.
Now.
Ulysses. Now, here's the other thing you need to know about me as a GM. Kingsdale's a big town. Go find what you want to find. Don't say, hey, JM, is X, Y, or Z here? It's probably here, and I will roll with it. So.
Wait, it's a big town, so does that mean there's room for both of us?
There's definitely room. Chris, I'm totally going to digress. Have you watched the latest season of The Orville?
So good.
Where they go, where they're in the Western simulation, and the android walks in, and he's like, I have calculated it. This town's square footage will not support the combined mass of the totality of us. That's the best line, just hands down. All right, Ulysses, where are you going, and how are you approaching this?
Before we begin, I do have to mention, friends, that I have a bit of a minor enemy, and that is the entire black market wants me dead. So, what we need to concur right now is where I can go that they won't try to shoot me in the face.
You tell me where you think you can go.
Or anywhere else.
That's right.
Nah.
You tell me where you think you can go.
No, I'm talking with the rest of the guys.
Okay, as you're walking into town. Okay, go ahead.
Exactly. Now, armors be those right standard tools of the trade. However, mayhaps I can use that arcane mechanist thing again
for disguise.
And I can do detect arcana. So I might use my Detect Arcana and have, say, my doggo buddy and the crazy just be my bodyguards. What would you say if I was to create a little Detect Arcana device and we could just check each and every building as we walk by to see if there's any mystical or strange sorts of weirdness coming out of them?
This is my Detect Arcana. I'm just being literal. Apparently, I can smell check, Detect Arcana.
So you can already do that.
Yes.
Yes, but
Let's
you
see
didn't
what else
know
we can-
that before.
That was funny.
Yes, that was very
Thank you,
funny.
Duke. You're my favorite. Duke, you're always going to be my favorite.
The only other thing I can think of is either I could create a Farsight. You create a Farsight device. I don't really know what that power is.
All right. Well, while you look that one up, by the
Yeah,
way,
someone
Sybil
else should go
Savage
first.
definitely gets a Benny for the Techno Wizard equivalent of a mustache and glasses. Mwah. Let's go. Duke, do you have a place you would go look for information to network?
I was planning on sniffing the town, not just because, knowing the boundaries of a space is very important, but also because,
And marking the boundaries of a space is very important.
hey, everybody's got to pee.
That's fair.
Mine just has dual purpose.
That's all right. It is a large. I'm just gonna say it is a large city. So going door to door smelling, you are most likely going to. It's going to take a long time, and you will have to. You may find things you did not expect. So let's see if we can narrow this down. Benjamin, Valco, any thoughts on how to narrow this down?
I mean, we could go to the local dog park, and I could just toss the ball around for who's that good dog boy? Who's that good dog boy? You're an invisible doggy. You're a good dog boy. Oh yeah. See, because everybody meets people at the dog park, and it's just
All right,
chit chat with the locals.
Give me a persuasion roll, Valco, and I will definitely give you
who's that good dog boy?
a +2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big city.
Let's see. D4. I'm gonna need it. So
I'll give you a +2 for this. Bring your own dog boy to the dog park.
Oh, the D4. It does explode. 8. No, wait, no. No. Yes, 8 because it's 4 and a 2 and a +2 is 6. Yep, there you go.
All right, so you hit it with a raise as you and Duke go running at the dog park. While Ulysses is building something in the background. We don't know what it is yet, but he's definitely building something. You can see that there are actually other. It's not so much a dog park like you were expecting, Valco. It is more of there are dog boy fights going on here, and
the mean streets.
It's the mean streets.
Who's fighting? Why are you fighting? Who's fighting? Who's fighting?
Really trying to keep it together with JD, but it's very hard. It's very hard with JD in the group. I feel like anytime you make me break, you get a Benny. So enjoy one. Doing some digging around, you hear that these search and capture teams keep coming through here. They keep moving in and out of, but not through official channels. Like whoever's doing this is definitely trying to. Sybil's just going to get all of the bennies in chat. You are, it's all on the west side of the city, which is not the CS, where like all of the CS depots and such is. Unfortunately for Ulysses, it is where a lot of the black market crowd hangs. Whoever's doing this is not on the level. And with a
Don't
raise,
worry, I have a solution to this.
All right.
You see, I checked my other powers. And as it turns out, I have something called a Shadow Cloak. This item grants a +2 to all stealth checks as well as allowing me the ability Fear, which is not important right now, and Invisibility, which is very important right now.
So you're using your
Shall
cloak.
I activate it before we go in?
All right. With your raise, you also pick up the fact that the name of the guy who's been their main point of contact just goes by the name Freeze. And he's called that because people who cross him, he ends up turning to solid ice, like freezing them solid and pushing them off the top of his building and letting them shatter on the concrete in front of it. Benjamin, while this is going on, what is Sir Benjamin doing? I can only assume taking over the honky-tonk piano.
I mean, that's spot on.
I did
Benjamin
nearly
walks into
forget
the bar,
that,
yeah.
John. You definitely get the Benny for your code of honor. You're gonna have to remind me of your hindrances when you were playing to them.
I'm shameless. I'm happy to
Hey,
do that.
do it.
So Benjamin walks into the honky tonk, which would you call Glitter Boy Boom?
The Glitter Boy Boomstick.
Boomstick. I love it. And being famous, he feels like a couple eyes will turn towards him. And being attractive, he says, "Hello there." And moves up to the piano, pushing people aside if he needs to.
Oh, you
Just
don't.
chivalrous all the way.
You walk in and everyone is like, some of them are like, I think it's Sir Benjamin. Other people are like, I don't know who that is, but I'd like to.
No, don't keep your distance. Come close. Come close. Let's all get together and we'll play some music. Sing me a song. I'm the piano man.
Give me your persuasion roll as you start to lay out what I can only assume are the dulcet tones of Billy Joe.
Yep, I can do that for you. So with attractive, I get a +1. With fame, I get a +1 if I'm recognized by anyone. It seems like I was.
Which you
so
were.
I'll do that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and give you my performance roll now, which was a D8. Oh, thanks.
Oh, Mel, that is one of my favorite riffs books. Have a Benny for just pulling that up. That's amazing.
All right. So a 7 is what we ended up with.
All right. With
Oh,
a
wait,
7.
plus, sorry.
Plus your 2?
Plus
So that's a
1,
9.
plus 1. So 9, yep.
All right. So, you know, as you're asking, what are you asking about as you're playing? People are gathering around. You're making quite a bit of credits as people are dropping it into the bowl that sits on the top of the piano.
Right. It'd be like, oh, I'm surprised a patron that I'm aware of named Freeze isn't here tonight. I know he loves my music. Where is he? I'd love to see him again.
Oh, man. Right, because remember, you guys all have comms because this is the future. He's like, you hear it. Like, well, Freeze's men don't usually come in till the sunset, but they're not going to be in tonight. They've been working overtime. You see, ever since he uncovered that old structure, the pre-riff structure, he's been excavating it. And now that the coalition is funding him, all under the table from what I hear, they've been running things in and out of that building. I don't even know how they're doing it. But he's probably not going to be in till Sunday at the latest. Can I buy you another drink?
Oh, you know I won't say no to you. One of my biggest fans. Where is that pre-riffs building they found that they're excavating?
Oh,
Maybe
and
I'll
they give
stop
you
by and say hello.
directions. They give you directions to the west side of town, which is kind of set off from the rest of it. Now, the thing that they let you know is as your last thing is, hey, just remember, don't tell him that you know about it. He runs all of his legitimate black market stuff above ground, but from what I hear, the structure, the real gold that he found was underground.
Clever. Thank you. I like this.
Is it all right that Ulysses was hiding outside, currently invisible, and decided to listen in on that? And he's like, Freeze, I should have known he was doing this shit. Okay. I haven't been to the black market in a while. I think it's time
It could be okay. What's the worst that
Yeah,
can
it could be okay if I go in invisibly and, well, I still have my boom boom hat. Worst
right.
case scenario.
With comms, you're able to regroup. What's the plan?
So we're headed to the west side, right?
Yeah, let's go visit this black market. It sounds like a
West
good
side!
place. Hmm.
Currently, Ulysses is doing everything in his power to make sure he's not currently seen.
All right.
To the point, he's going to ask the party about this first, but you think it would be a smart idea for me to start running on the rooftops? Or is that
Ulysses,
just
I need
way
you to
too-
be a Milton man through and through. You should be neither seen nor heard.
Wait, where
I didn't
is
completely
he? We hear his
where
voice,
when
right?
he said that,
Can't see
but
him.
I will try not to be seen, but I cannot promise to not be a nerd.
There are
All
more
right.
voices in my. Are you guys hearing that? Do you hear him talking? There you go.
What?
They just keep rolling through. So here's the thing. The weird thing about Rifts is, right, it is a post-apocalyptic time. A post-apocalyptic time, if you will. So Freeze's legitimate business, most people can give you directions to. It's the place where you need a little bit of creds, you can sell some stuff. If you need that thing that the coalition doesn't want you to have, Freeze pays the money for them to look the other way. As long as he doesn't step out of line, they don't crush him with, Samus armor or a spider walker. And so when you get there, it looks like they're starting to close up shop. The people on the outside, a couple of guards, city rats milling about, they look spooked. They look like they all have the 1,000-yard stare. And as you approach, I assume you're invisible, Ulysses? The lady with the purple mohawk that goes all the way back, and she has several silver studs in her head of varying sizes, Valco. And she says, no, we're closed. We're closing up. Sorry, we're not going to be open for about another 8 or 10 hours.
Wait, is her name Maria? Because someone's calling for some snappy dance fight in my head.
Her name is Maria. How did you know? And she kind of touches one of the silver discs on her head.
So my brain's calling for dance fight. So I'm gonna start singing Maria. I knew a girl named Maria. And then so I'm gonna try to seduce this Maria to let us in early because we're friends of the owner or something along those lines.
Well, they do call you Mad Eyes, but apparently you also
Right.
have Mad Ears that pick up chat signals.
Dance fighting is not on my character sheet, but
you have
do
uncanny
have some good
reflexes.
athletics, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call. We'll default to athletics.
All right,
so I'm
go
gonna
for
try
it.
to do a little dance for D10, just to see, and maybe that's enough to distract the guard so that Tank the Frank can get in there with his invisibility. But
The other two city
the
rats,
Rocky
one of them
Mountains-
is like, oh God, not again.
Rocky Mountain Savage's Wild Tongue exploded, and so that's an 8.
All right. That's an 8. And when the guy says not again, you can see Maria takes out her vibro sword, thrusts it into the ground, takes the vest that has all of the grenades, shrugs it off, and hands it to another person. And she starts dancing against you.
Oh, dance fight! Dance fight! I love it. Okay, sweet.
What did you get? An 8?
An 8.
Oh, matched. Roll again, sir.
Oh, okay. So feeling the match. I am going to use my psionic power of confusion against Maria. And,
I'm going to support as well with this.
look
Okay.
into my eyes.
I'm going to do a little bit of a
Maria.
dance and then tap him tag crazy back in, as though we're both coming in and dancing at the same time. So
I
I'll just
will,
like
I will
support.
allow that to be helping. Meanwhile, before you roll this, Ulysses and Duke, as everyone is clearly focused on the dance fight here, what are you two doing?
Can I just walk in then?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in and sniff around. Literally.
Ulysses, are you following Duke? Oh, you're muted, sir. We can't hear you. Tank, you're muted.
All right, sorry. You can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right. Probably should have mentioned this before game, but the Techno Wizard character sheet, it still has charisma.
Don't worry about it.
I was just saying, the character doesn't start with a stealth like
I'll give
the
it to you
base
at a
template.
D6.
Yeah. D6 stealth?
Yep.
Okay. Excellent. And that includes the plus 2 to stealth checks
Yep.
from the Shadow Cloak.
Go for it.
Okay. Wait. Does it or does it not include?
It does not. So you'll get the +2 on top of that.
Fair enough. So it's D6 plus another D6.
Yep. And then you get +2 on the better of the two rolls.
Okay, I got a 1 and a 2, so technically I got a 4.
4 is good
One.
enough. So you and Duke make it inside. Sir Benjamin, give me an athletics roll to see how helpful you are.
Would performance also work for this?
I would allow performance. At this point, who knows what's actually going on?
Right. So full performance, we got a 9 on this roll for support.
All right. Balco, go ahead and give me the roll.
Okay, D8 and D6. Let's do this. That is a 7 on psionics to cause confusion.
Let me.
Did you add my +2 there?
That's what I'm
Oh
looking
no,
at.
9.
All right,
if you
so
could
a
help.
9 on confusion. You guys are making me flip all through this book. This wonderful book produced by Pinnacle.
Now on sale at Drive Thru RPG for the
It
next week
is.
until next Thursday
For
10 to 40%
$5.99.
off.
A bunch of the guys on my Discord server are now proud owners of the Savage Worlds Suede edition. All right, confusion. So confounds the target, making them both distracted and vulnerable if they fail a smarts roll. Well, this does not bode well for Maria.
Maria.
I'm. A 3.
Oh yes! Yes!
All right.
Look into my eyes, Maria.
Here comes the dance. What did you get? All right, make your athletics check.
Oh, nice. Let's do this. Oh, that's a 10! 14! I am Lord of the Dance.
She rolled
Bravo.
Michael Fnatic has nothing on me.
There.
a 2 with a -2 is a 0. So not only is
Maria,
she
you
is
got served.
stunned, but she just kind of walks up to you, grabs you by the collars, and starts dragging you towards the side of the building. Not with dancing in her eyes. Duke and Ulysses, as you get in there, you can see they have excavated the floor. The floor is gone. There's just a broken concrete, jagged. You can see pieces of rebar sticking out of it. They've built several ladders that descend down 30, 40 feet below. You can see on the far side of this place, there's a large set of bay doors and several ATV vehicles that have been retrofitted to basically take out a large amount of the seating to provide more cargo space. And you can see there are several large cranes, basically mechanical arms, very articulated, that look like they would reach all the way down to the bottom. And I need a notice roll from both of you.
Let's see here. My notice is a D8. Wild die
You
plus
got a 10,
eight.
Duke?
I should ask, is it a smell-based notice or a visual or a detect arcana?
Yes.
Okay, then 10.
Okay. What did you
My
get, Ulysses?
My D8 exploded, so I'm rolling again.
Nice.
That would be a 11.
Nice. All right. So the two of you notice that at the bottom of this vast hole is a set of metal lines, kind of crisscross, or with perpendicular lines running between them. It looks like a set of train tracks. And actually, Duke, you smell something powerful was here not so long ago that you can actually still pick up its scent, and you can actually hear the sound, the rumble, as something large and train-like moves away from the west, toward the west of outside of the city. Sir
Before we
Benjamin and
continue-
Valco. What was that?
Before we continue, I wanted to use one of my tech abilities, if that's all
Go for it.
all right. If we were going to chase after them, it might be smart to use Machine Maestro. Maybe we grab one of those vehicles, but we also sabotage the other vehicles before we go.
Go ahead and give me the roll. Give me the machine.
Let's see here. It's a +2 to all non-combat skills related to machines. Bypass security, picking locks, operating vehicles, using sensors, etc. +4 if the item or device is techno-wizard in nature. It's not. So let's see here.
If you can touch
I'm
the tracks, can you sabotage the train through that connection?
what, me?
No, he's
Yeah.
got to be audit. He just gets he gets an ability, like when he's actually working physically on a machine. So, you know what, Ulysses, I'm just gonna give this one to you. You spend 5 minutes sabotaging the vehicles and getting access to the one of your choice.
Fair enough. We should probably go get the rest of the gang, though. And the only other thing I can think of is, should I use telekinesis to bring the vehicle down, or should we just go in that, get the vehicle running, and then go in that direction? Is what I'm asking.
Duke, you're the one there. Sir Benjamin and Valco, what are you doing while this is going on?
I mean, there's a certain little problem of Maria that's not going to take care of itself, so I'm still providing distraction.
You get a penny for the problem with Maria reference, and a half-standing. Sir Benjamin, what are you doing?
Oh, well, I'm feeling awkward watching at this point of.
At this point,
I like to watch.
So, oh wow, okay. Oh, that's not right. Okay, I'll just go.
Should I go?
Wait here. Take this. You're gonna need it. All right, now I'll go.
Is this the
And,
point where me and Duke drive over and scream, "They're in a train! Let's get going!"
Right. So yeah, I'll then just make my way inside, and the guards who are there will be like, "You're gonna want to leave them alone for a little bit." She told us to go in, though. Before she told someone. She said go in.
At this point, Duke and Ulysses bring the ATV around, and we will again fade to black for multiple reasons. And you are back on the train. That's how you got here. You chased the train down on the ATV, blew the side of it open. Did not expect the coalition soldiers. In front of you is the portal I described, the reinforced door, the heavy security panel, and the guy sitting down in one of the chairs, helmet off, hands shaking, as he's talking with Sir Benjamin about the life choices that brought him to this moment.
Mind if I take his gun?
You know, you are more than welcome to have it. He has a C12 heavy laser rifle, which is 4d6 damage, rate of fire 3, AP3, heavy pulse.
Sweet.
So you see, that's why, in spite of the dental insurance, the coalition really isn't that good.
The saddest hindrance on the coalition grunts, the saddest piece of information provided by the coalition stat block is the hindrance illiterate. Yeah.
Mind if I inspect the door using Machine Maestro again?
Yep, go for it. Give me your ability. Give me an electronics roll.
Electronics. I don't think I have electronics.
What do you have skill-wise that you could use here? Do you have mechanics,
I have
techno
knowledge,
wizardry?
arcana, knowledge, engineering. That
Use
sounds
engineering.
like
That's the
something.
one we want. And you
D6
get your
plus a 2, right?
Yep.
First one's a 1. Oh, that one fell off. Second one is a 3 plus 1. That's a 5.
That's a 5.
3 plus 2, that's 5.
You work on it. You get the door open. The portal slides open, and you can see this next car is 30 feet long, the same width of the car that you have. I'm telling you, Tank the Frank and Chris and John and JD are all pulling double duty as delightful members of the cast and delightful members of the chat. You can see that there is a large circular tube, or circular column of energy in the center of it. And there are several scientists, coalition scientists. 2 of them are tending to a wounded man. It looks like they're papers and pads and equipment has all been knocked over, probably when someone blew open the side of the train. And as you look, the door opens. They see Ulysses and beyond the dead bodies, and Duke coated in gore. Lexington, welcome to the chat. As a first-time chat member, you get a Benny that you can spend at any point on any one of our wild cards or on what is about to be revealed. And the scientist looks at the dead bodies. You know what they said? They're like, Charles, no! And he hits a button, and the energy sphere crackles, sparks, and fades. And in the center, as the thing fades, you see something 20 feet tall, 4 arms and dozens of tentacles beneath a spiky and horrific body that looks like a cluster of nerve endings. And all of you recognize a neuron beast when you see one. 4 arms lash. 2 of them grab the scientists and just snap their necks. A third one shoots a tentacle into the wound that the scientist has at the side. And Charles is like, you'll never know about Project Apex. And now, welcome to a fight.
Before we begin, what was the name of that creature again?
A neuron beast.
A neuron beast. I hate those guys.
You do, but they are not an extra. This is a wild card.
Dang it.
So, I'm going to shuffle these once more. JD, once I start, you tell me when to stop shuffling and when to cut the deck. Who is what's everyone Benny total right now?
I think I have 1 Benny.
Then you have another one from Lexington who gave it to unless Chris has 0.
I got 5.
All right, JD, you want me to cut?
Yes.
All right, here we go. JD, we're going
How'd
to start
get
with you.
4? Did someone give a Benny earlier, or?
No, they gave a Benny to you.
Oh yeah, I understood that, but JD and John Doom said they had 4 Bennies.
Oh, I've been giving Bennies out for hysterical comments as well.
Fair enough.
So JD, we got one for you. 5 of diamonds. John, Sir Benjamin goes on a 3 of clubs. Ace of hearts, of course, to Valco. And
Nice.
Ulysses, the 10 of hearts, and our neuron beast is going on a jack of hearts. So we've hit the hearts portion of the evening, brought to you by Valco and Maria. So,
JM,
Well-
can I play the Dark Bargain card and get myself some bad luck, but get a new adventure card that I could also play?
you can and you may. So I gave everybody, we're using the adventure deck, which you are unfamiliar with, are just interesting things that players can play at any point. And Dark Bargain is the one Sir Benjamin has that says play after contact with an arcane force or strange incident. This counts. Draw an adventure card immediately and gain the number you had and increase the number you may draw and play by 1 forever. So instead of playing 1 a session, you can now play 2 a session. You also gain the bad luck hindrance. Discard and redraw if you ever get this card again. So, John, tell me when to stop shuffling.
Go ahead and stop.
You want me to cut or take the one off the top?
Just a little off the top.
Just a
Just a little at the top.
extra effort. You may play this to add a d6 to any trait roll, and this roll may also ace.
I feel like that might be
was worth it.
helpful.
That was worth it.
Yep.
All right.
For the next
Valco.
session, I'll have bad luck, though.
That's right. You, sir, are the ace of hearts.
It's hot. So the voices in my head are demanding a Valco punch, if not a Valco kick. Valco was charging this up, like in the video game, like, you know, Valco punch is not immediate. Like, you got to like charge it, right? And then the door just opened.
Yeah.
So this is highly anticlimactic that the door just opened. And so I'm going to say a Valco punch is a wild attack,
Okay.
2 attacks. So the wild, like, you know, gets rid of the, you know, the penalty.
Yep.
But I am vulnerable, you know, next turn. But the first one's going to be a pistol whip, you know, like a punch with the gun, and then the second attack is pulling the trigger.
Okay.
So
I like it.
I assume my massive movement, because my pace is like D12 plus D6. So let me see. Let's get next up and comfortable. So 15 movement. I hope that's enough.
No, that's plenty.
Okay.
You could actually
we're
run
getting
to the far side of the train and come back.
That as the build up for the Valco punch, absolutely. And
It's good
yes.
to know that right before you left, I should have added this. That just occurred to me right now. You guys all got promotions, and of course, Valco was promoted to captain.
Oh, Captain Valco! I love it. Capitan, you must call me El Capitan. So yes, we're gonna start with the punching, and then we'll go to the shooting. So, and this is so on point for Valco, because Valco fights neuron monsters all the time. They're just inside his head. Now there's one outside his head. So let's do
You're
a
not
fighting.
even sure if anyone else sees this thing.
No. I don't think any of the people except my dog, the dog boy, are real. Like, there's really, like, there's a disappearing guy who talks and I can't see him ever. And,
That's right.
and there's someone who like a little like gives me bonuses all the time.
That's
and
right.
Also,
and he's definitely your shoulder angel.
right? I mean, last combat he gave me a +2 protection, and then he also gave me a little piece of rubber protection. So it was great. It's good. All good. So fighting. Oh no! Double ones.
Oh no!
Oh
Damn.
no! Oh, I need to show these lovely bats. Yes, the double ones.
Oh no!
Oh.
So you reach out into the massive tentacles and giggling with glee. You don't feel like you strike anything, but when you pull back, one of the tentacles lashes out and hits the safety or hits the ammo, and your battery pack falls out of your weapon.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
But you still have your second action. Your second attack? Do you want to?
It was. I called it, and it was pulling the trigger. So I'm gonna sit here
so-
and pull the trigger multiple times.
Nothing happens.
Oh, jeez.
That was amazing.
I will do the look down the barrel and keep pulling the trigger. Like, why is this not working?
It is now the Neuron Beast's turn.
Oh,
Rest in peace, crazy.
thanks, chat. Thanks. Appreciate you.
And it's just going to lash out with its forearms. Two of them are going to attack Valco. The other two are basically finishing off the scientist. There's pulping noises behind you. And Valco, here we go. 2 attacks on you. They get to ignore the first 2 points of multi-action each turn. And all right, we are going to, one of them is going to be a claw attack, and the other one is going to be a tentacle slap. Because I know, I'm going to say it's not riffs until tentacles start flying around. It feels rifty.
I mean, usually tentacles are my thing, but apparently in chat I now suffer from projectile dysfunction.
Projectile dysfunction.
I swear this never happens.
That's right.
Yeah, baby, I swear, it never, baby, it never happens. Never happens.
Are you
baby.
talking to your gun, baby?
Yes, yes.
All right, so a 12. What's your parry on the
Hey,
first
talking
attack?
to technology is my shtick.
Your parry is a 7.
You don't exist.
The tentacles.
I'm right here.
So both of them hit with a raise. So, the claws. Let's see here. I've got your toughness at 14. Is that correct?
Oh, me right now?
Yes.
Yes, because I think that the +2 from last combat were off. Yes.
That is correct.
We're-
Yes. Well, actually, how long?
Oh no! Oh, even worse because it's I took a wild attack, so
Oh man, I got
that
you
might be
good
a
then, is
raise.
what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah. But yes, toughness of 14.
All right.
But yes, if +2
so-
managed on the T attack, it could be a raise.
So here's the thing. Yeah, it definitely got a raise. Its claws are armor piercing 10.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
that's 18. So that's going to be, that's 3 wounds, Valco. Would you like to soak?
I have bennies. Yes. Okay. So 1 benny back in the drawer. Let's see. What's my vigor? Oh, D10. Good. Yes. Okay. We got this. We got this. Just crit fail. A 4. That's 1. So that's 2 wounds.
That's
I'm gonna
2
spend another
wounds.
benny. Spend another benny. We're gonna try for it one more time. A 6. That does not get me anything more. Okay, 1 more benny. I'm down to 2. I don't want to be killed by a tentacle monster. 8 is good. 8 is 2 of them. So
Yeah,
I got
you
1
take
wound.
1
still.
wound, and Mel has just given you a Benny to add into your pool. All right,
Thank
that's
you,
the
Mel.
tentacle monster for Sir Benjamin. You're keyed into things like this, as are Duke. This tentacle monster. Now I'm doing it. The neuron beast. It's moving a little sluggish. It seems to not be at its full normal capacity, which is good because in that case you just go through Valco's pockets for loose change. But this one seems to have been drained. That field that it was in seems to be inhibiting it, at least for the time being. You know, you have limited amount of time to take care of this thing, else it will regain its power, and then it's probably over for everyone in the car. So it is Tank the Frank's turn. What are you doing, sir?
Now, I've got some options here. Part of me is tempted to use my Shadow Cloak, sneak around this fight, pull the pin on the cart in front of me, and call it a day. But
You are a hero.
I am a heroic, and I am not allowed, and thus am not allowed to leave my friends hanging.
That's right.
It's like the loyalty hindrance on steroids. So, fortunately, I've got a solution to this here problem. Let's first start with. Oh wait, is protection still active from the last fight?
How long does it last?
Let's see here. Protection lasts
Because even with the +2 armor, it wouldn't have actually done any less wounds to Valko.
Yeah, I figured as much. That's why I didn't interrupt. Protection lasts for 5.
Okay, so I'm going to let it last for another 2 rounds after, or 1 round after this one.
Does that mean telekinesis also functions still too?
Yep. You have telekinesis for this round and 2 more. I'll keep track of it.
All right. So my first idea is take the gun I got from the grunt and launch it over to my crazy friend in order to with my telekinesis in order to help him with this issue.
Okay.
But first, I'm gonna be a little, shall we say, gambly.
Okay.
I'm going to use speed on myself quick, with the quickness trait added in. The character's total multi-action penalty each turn is reduced by 2, so I can do 2 actions at no penalty, or
Yep, if this one goes off.
or 3 at -2 each.
All right,
so
give me your Techno-Wizardry roll.
exactly. That's a D10 with a wild die, correct?
Exactly, yes.
All right. I got one of these weird D10s where it's got a 0 instead of a 10. I'm just counting the 0 as a 10.
That works. Duke, you'll be up after Tank the Frank.
I got a 7.
All right, that goes off. So you have your quickness up and your speed, and then you're going to use your other action to toss him the gun?
Yeah, with the telekinesis, you want me to roll Techno-Wizardry?
You just lob it. It's the lob. You can't hit the lob.
Does my crazy friend have to try and catch the gun, or?
No, I'm going to let this one slide. You guys are heroes. This is riffs.
All right.
All right. Valko, you see this it's really weird, man. This gun is floating towards you.
Oh.
Probably Jefferson Airplane is playing in the background in your head.
When the truth is found.
I was going to go with the Area 51 theme song.
Duke, you are up.
Of course, originally when I thought of it, I was just launching the gun and it was just going to get stuck in his side. So all Valko has to do is grab it and pull the trigger.
I'm pulling out my assassin's rifle, but I need some instruction because there are like.
It's point and click.
Is there? Because there's like 4 lines of things with varying amounts of range and damage, and I don't know which.
All right,
if
so
I
you
have
can
to
fire
flare.
a laser beam.
Yeah.
Which you can
Pew, pew, pew,
you
pew,
have
pew,
up to
pew,
30
pew,
shots
pew.
of that. You can it has all of these. So you can do a laser, you can do an ion, or you could do a heavy bolt or a heavy pulse. Yeah, the bolt action. So it's basically 3 guns in one. You have a laser
I
beam.
assume I want to do the thing with the most damage potential.
Yeah, that's definitely what you want to do.
Is that the ion beam, do you think?
You don't have the rate. If you want to do the heavy pulse on it, yes.
Oh. Okay, that.
All right, give me your shooting
Is that
roll.
the 1 to 3d10?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now, JD.
Okay. Sorry, I can see the damage, but it's
No, I get it.
I don't know which one I can use and which one determines whether I get 1 to 3d10 or not, or words and things. Because I got a 9 on
So
my
JD,
shooting.
it works like a shotgun. So basically, you'll get the 3d10 and +2 to hit at this range.
Oh, +2 to hit.
Yeah.
Sorry, 9, 10, 11. So 11.
On 11 hits with a raise. So how about you roll 3d10 plus a d6.
Oh, good. Uh, 28.
A 28. So the good news is, in its weakened state, that hits.
Yay!
And that hits for 3 wounds. The bad news is, I've got a lot of bennies over here, so it's definitely going to make a soak roll.
Hmm.
And the soak roll is going to be a d10, a d6.
Oh no.
Oh, wait, sir. Excuse me. Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi.
Yes?
You made the mistake of dealing me a card at the beginning of the game.
Ooh.
That is called Let's Settle This. And that says that whenever I play it, which I can right now, no character can soak any wounds until the Joker shows up. So, bwam, let's settle this. No
All right.
soaky for you. Sorry.
The ion
Buckle pad!
blast strips away the sheath from the neuron beast, just obliterating particles as it just uses ion particles like a sandblaster, just causing it to go flying off to the side. Goop is hanging from it, and it takes both wounds and is not down. 3
said 3.
wounds. No, Chris. Louder. Valco, what does it look like? Or sorry, Duke, what does it look like?
All right. A glint in his eye, a glint of moisture off of his cold, wet nose, and the shot, right between whatever collection of. Are there lots of eyes? I'm assuming there's lots of eyes.
Not really.
Either way.
Yeah.
And with, that determination, knowing that this creature has been kept against its will and is now going to be free. Freedom!
Well, free in spirit.
Free your mind, sir. Free your mind by
Well,
decking
it's
the
free
walls
in
with it.
soul, dude.
As the neuron beast just explodes, crackling energy, knocking out the computer system, screens are popping.
Mind blown.
That's right, mind blown. You can feel the train is starting to slow down. And that can only mean one thing. It's approaching its destination. So I have one question for the 4 of you. Do you stay on? Or do you try and leave at this point?
I think it's best that we get the hell off this thing.
I got 1 vote for get the hell off. Any votes
But
for
I
stay?
didn't even get to use this. I look at that thing and Duke. I mean, great shot, but
Guys, this was going to some dictatorial organizational location. It's best we not stick around. In fact, I'm just going to put my cloak on right now.
All right,
We're
so
the
that's,
heroes.
that's 1.
Gonna
So
go
I
invisible.
will allow, like the group vote stands. So I got 1 for getting off now. Duke, do you stay or do you go?
Well, why are we here again?
You were trying to figure out what beast they captured.
Just one?
They captured a neuron beast. That's a huge deal. But you don't know what they were doing it for or what Project Apex is.
Should we try and figure that out? Should we figure that out?
Is that a vote for staying?
We should figure that out.
Stay.
Right.
Good
Is that
dog.
Valco,
boy.
are you voting for staying?
Totally.
Sir Benjamin?
well, as they say, if we go, there's going to be trouble. But if we stay, it will be double. So let's stay.
Okay, but I'm staying invisible.
All right.
You can hide on the roof.
Good idea.
The train starts to slow down, but it's still going fast enough that all of a sudden, all of the light from the next car disappears, and the sound intensifies as the train goes into a tunnel, and it continues to slow, and it rolls to a stop. And the doors to this car, you can see one of the walls of the computer banks kind of pops back about 4 feet and slides open, and it's completely black out there, completely dark. And that's when you see a bunch of red lights come on. And you can see there are a dozen Skelelots that are starting to move forward to take possession of the Neuron Beast. And that is where we will end for tonight, our one-shot session. Guys, did you enjoy? I just needed you guys to know that I loved running this game for you. I hope you all enjoyed playing some Savage Rifts.
That was good. We should do this more often.
I know,
I like
right?
this.
Thank you to Tank the Frank, to Chris, to John Doom, and to JD for being an amazing cast. If we can get another session set up, I promise it will happen. I love running Rifts, and I love running Savage Worlds, so it just sort of works out well for me. Check out on Drive-Thru RPG. Is that where it's at, Chris?
Yeah, big sale. 40,
big
10%
sale.
to 40% off of all Savage Worlds, Ace licensee stuff, swag stuff, and Pinnacle stuff for until next Thursday.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then, for as long as we're here to plug, so coming up in the new year, so all of Atlantis has been delivered, so it's done. If you guys don't have your Atlantis stuff, info@peginc.com, because you should have it. It's all been delivered, right? Ooh, pretty book. Love the art on the cover. And then coming in the new year, we're going to do Rift South America along with Terror on the Dark Frontier, which is like a Rift's version of Bleeding Kansas. So it'll be a
I'm so excited
Kickstarter
about that.
sometime first quarter 2023. So 2 books in one on the big Kickstarter. So Rift fans,
Awesome.
keep
I
an eye
cannot
out.
wait. Well,
And
hey,
if you're just into Deadlands or sci-fi, you should also check out at the peginc.com webpage the Lost Colony game chain
Maw
is
of
going on right
Oblivion.
now.
Yes, there
Maw of
are
Oblivion.
precious few days left on that. We just passed some really good number. I can't remember what it is, but yes, Maw of Oblivion is awesome. If you want tentacles in space, we have tentacles in space. And Maw of Oblivion, it's awesome.
well, guys,
There are no dog boys in space. Sorry, JD.
Sorry, JD.
well, thank you to everyone for playing. Thank you to chat for showing up. This was awesome. I promise you we will get the group back together to find out what Project Apex is and what's going on in Lone Star with Magical Beasts. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay gaming. Thank you to everyone who has followed tonight. Hopefully you'll find more shows on the Iconic Production channel that you like. I'll be back on Tuesday to discuss more Cyberpunk on Tuesday morning on Behind the Screen, and our tour game will return at that point as well. So, thank you to Pinnacle, thank you to my wonderful crew, and we will see you all out in the New West. Aces Wild Cards.
Bye.